Goddamn.
Hey man, goddamn is right. Good lord. First of all, uh, we got. Let's see. Okay, so maybe this is the problem. Okay, that might be a little better. Um, or that. Okay, yes. With it has been well, to say the least, it's been a very problematic. It's been a very problematic, computer-wise, day, which is the reason for the bit of the late start. Because just as we are about to go live, OBS decided that it wanted to update, and then it decided that it didn't want to remember which mic was to be connected, and it didn't want to remember which camera was to be connected. So it's been pretty problematic, but I have seemed to have got the train back on the tracks, if you will. So
That's good.
um, so everything seems to be okay now. Now I just had to fix my lighting because it just looked off, but now it looks okay for the most part. However, now that we are finally here, how is everybody doing? Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today for another edition of NHP. This is episode 285 of the news. And if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know how the show works, every Tuesday we are on here at 12 p.m. Central with NHP Unscripted. Every Friday we are on here with the news at 3 p.m. Central. And for the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW. We are live directly after with the post-show review. If you guys did miss Monday's episode of Unscripted, as well as last Saturday's episode of the Wrestlepalooza 2025 post-show review, those are available for you guys on all platforms. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here, like I said, live Tuesdays, 12 p.m. Central, and for the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW, directly after the show goes off the air, which we will be live with another one of those in about 2 or 3 weeks with Crown Jewel, man. So, we got legend Duran legend. Um, we got also if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Links to the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can get this beautiful piece of Notorious Heels merchandise live on there as we speak, man. Again, you can go grab yourself some of the merch with the link at the top of the description. Again, that is bonfire.com. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, we got. I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show, and now we got my guy, Mr. NHG. We have Mr. NHP. I don't know what the P stands for, but we got Mr. NHP here. We got my man Sir K here. My man, how you feeling today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Weekend's here, man. Weekend is finally here. Dying Light is bought, so I'm very excited for this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Um, just been chilling out, man. Just been chilling out, waiting for October, waiting for November. It's gonna be some good months, man. Especially October, man. All the pay-per-views in October. I'm very excited. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, and just been chilling, man. Been chilling. Everything's been good. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing watching the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
Um, not too bad, bro. Not too bad. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Nothing too much, bro. Nothing too much, to be honest. Pretty busy weekend ahead. Got some birthdays to celebrate and whatnot, but not mine, but got some birthdays to celebrate and whatnot. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. So it's gonna be a pretty busy weekend in that regard. However, um, then we go into the month of October, which is also quite the busy month, I would say. Yeah. So pretty busy month, I would say, for me, personally. And then obviously we do have two pay-per-views in October with Crown Jewel and Wrestle Dream. So it's gonna be also busy in that regard as well. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that, man. And
Real busy.
yeah, for sure.
Sorry. Sorry.
So so this guy. So other than that, man, I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good, man. So as Durante always asks, I am good. Family's good. What about you, Durante, Logan, Bell? We got my guy Duran. He says he's watching on the clock, bro. There's no better way to watch,
Respect
bro.
it.
You get to watch and get paid to watch. Come on, man. You
That's how
can't
you
beat
do it,
that.
bro.
You literally can't beat
Exactly.
that. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. And then we have the owner of GDR Finances LLC, Mr. Walk 'em down and cut they shiz off, Mr. Walk 'em down and run that marathon, Mr. Walk 'em down and cook that shit up. We got my man Gotti in the house again, bro. How are you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. He says he's vibing, so I think he's catching a vibe, and you know the vibes don't lie. So I'm assuming that means you're doing good, bro. I'm assuming you're doing
Oh
good.
yeah.
For sure, bro. For sure. I will definitely have to. I will definitely repost some of your stuff, man. Go check out
Most
Gotti's stuff.
definitely.
Go check out Gotti's stuff. He says he's pumping out. He says he's pumping out stuff on TikTok and Instagram. So go hit Gotti up, bro. Go hit Gotti up. Support his content, man. Good guy. Good guy. But
He really is.
for
Most
sure.
definitely.
But other than that, man, hope you guys are doing good. So yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. Today we got a lot of tomfoolery to talk about, and
Yeah.
for the first time in a long time, it's not about AEW. It's about WWE. Now, don't get me wrong. AEW does have some quite interesting stories to talk about here today. However, there's only two of them. Yes, there is only two AEW stories. All the other stories are WWE, and yeah, that's hey man, what can you say? There's obviously, I mean, there is something we can talk about that happened on Dynamite, but I figured we would just save that for unscripted, so we actually have something about Dynamite to talk about. Also,
just going through nothing matches the whole fucking.
That's literally what it is. So that's literally all Dynamite was this week, bro. So I figured we would save that, and also Tony Khan introducing new championships is not necessarily news more than it is a weekly occurrence at this point. But yeah, I don't know, man. But it is. Oh yeah, he's back. Right.
Oh yeah, that too. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's actually not even what I was thinking about. Oh god.
Happy to see him back, but no,
Yeah.
I'm not really happy to see him back. But I mean,
I'm happy that
he's
back,
healthy.
nigga.
Yes,
Yeah,
happy that he's healthy.
exactly.
There you go. But God, he says he wish he had more gravy for his chicken. I've actually never had chicken nuggets with gravy. That actually sounds fire.
That sounds pretty fire. I can't lie.
Very interesting. What did I buy at Collision episode? I think I just bought a Collision shirt.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Because yeah, well, that was when Collision was cool. I haven't worn that shirt since for obvious reasons. Because that was the show me and my dad went to for Father's Day. That was Father's Day weekend, and so the CM Punk shirt that they had was. So it was, it was, I don't know if you guys probably seen me wear it in old episodes, but it was the AEW CM Punk logo. It was this logo behind me, but it was the Chicago colors, and I already had the shirt, but the I Was There shirt it was that same shirt, but it just had that on the back. So, I don't know. I don't know what they got going on. Yeah, that sounds fire. I've actually never had chicken nuggets with gravy. If I'm having me some chicken nuggets, it's got to be either barbecue or ranch, probably because I got them from a fast food place. But
usually I'm a barbecue guy.
If I have tenders, there are a couple places around here. My favorite chicken spot, and then my second favorite chicken spot. We actually went there after SmackDown. I'm gonna gatekeep the
Hell yeah.
location, but we
You
went there
have to.
after SmackDown, 100%. They have like garlic dipping sauce. It's not like garlic dressing. It's like just garlic dipping sauce. I don't know if anybody's
It's
ever
fire.
had it, but it is ridiculously fucking good. I mean, it is ridiculously good. So that's usually my go-to sauce, but 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 hey, bro, I can't knock the gravy. That actually sounds really good. I actually should try that sooner rather than later because that does sound fire. Well,
Almost definitely.
since we're talking about food, to get into our first AEW story for the day. No, it's not like it's not a garlic
You know,
aioli. It's like
it's like it,
how would
it's
you?
just weird. It's like
Yeah,
it's kind of like more like a ranch. You could think like a garlic ranch in a way. That's like the closest thing I could describe it to.
yeah, 100%. Um, Gotti says he's a hot honey guy. I love me some hot honey, bro. Hot
It is
honey on
good.
pizza. That's a goated. That's a goated combo. That is a goated combo, bro. But I think I've had hot honey on chicken nuggets too. It actually is pretty good. But hot
Wow.
honey is like my go-to pizza. Either that or like I have to bring up the like. Have you guys ever been to like Domino's or anything, and they give you those little cups of the like, garlic?
Oh,
I
dude,
I I I dip my crust in that too.
you got to. Sometimes you got to dip the whole pizza in that shit.
So it's not like garlic ranch, but it's like the consistency of like a
It's like
ranch dressing. But it's like it
yeah,
tastes like garlic. It's
it's
really
just
good.
its own garlic thing.
The next time, Gotti, the next time you're in Chicago, we will bring you to the spot that I'm gatekeeping so you can try it because it's
Most
it's
definitely.
it's really good. It's really fucking good. And then there's also a place over by my OG's house that has the garlic dip as well. And the people in there always laugh at me because I always order like 10 of them with my order because it is
You
it,
got
it is
to.
so fucking good, man. It's so good. But anyways, speaking of food, speaking of food, bro, AE I can't believe this is a fucking story.
I can't believe it
AEW
either.
AEW has filed a trademark recently. A AEW has filed the trademark for the term Bacon Brawl. Um
Bacon brawl. What? What?
uh,
Remember at WrestleMania 33 when they projected all the magnets or the maggots on the on the mat? That's how I think they're gonna do a bacon here.
unfortunately I do remember this, yes.
Goated match.
So the only thing I could really think of is like I don't know if there's like a national bacon day that like falls on a Wednesday or a Saturday or a Thursday or whenever AEW's filming. Maybe it could be something like that. However, um Tony, I Tony, I just think that there's more important things on your plate than hosting AEW's first Bacon Brawl.
Oh, Brogy wants bacon on its plate. You don't care about, the new problem with introducing new titles, with people returning and slotting them and stuff, man. The thing he's got to take care of is his bacon brawl.
It, uh, I guess. I guess, bro. I guess. But AEW and Tony Khan have filed for the trademark of Bacon Brawl. As to what that means, what do you even say at that point? What are you honestly to even say? Um, is there going to be like a bacon themed episode of AEW Dynamite on National Bacon Day or something? Like what's going on here? What are we doing,
Mm,
Tony? I don't I I don't know.
That's the priorities here, man. That's the priorities. The bacon brawl.
Two of his top stars are injured, and he's worried about a bacon brawl. So, I guess that just shows you where his priorities fall in line. However, I guess it should be interesting to see what ends up coming of this. God forbid it's some sort of pay-per-view name or something, which I don't
Oh
think
my
he's that
god.
stupid.
No.
But I could 100% see, like I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I know. Um, a couple months ago, I remember it was like National Lemonade Day, so I could maybe see it being National Bacon Day in a couple of weeks or something. And this is his grand idea, is to do a bacon brawl. So you gotta love Tony Khan and his original names. We have Wrestle
Yeah.
Dream, and now we have Bacon Brawl.
Wrestle Dream, fucking what's the other one? World's
World's
End
End.
and Bacon Brawl. And then what's the other fucking wrestle one that he does? The New Japan one.
Oh, Wrestle Dynasty.
Wrestle Dynasty. Yep, that's good lord, dude. Good lord.
So, I don't know if you guys are excited. I can't say I am, but AEW will be doing a Bacon Brawl within the next couple
Bacon
of
Brawl.
months, I would assume. So there you go. This man Gotti, bro.
Can be cooking. And he be flying them out.
Mister walk him down and fly him out, bro. What
He really is. You move it.
Mister walk him down and start the jet, bro. What are we doing? Um,
We're on that jet speed.
bro, 100%, 100. No, for sure. Um, Logan says, "A what?" The manager Logan is here. He says, "A what now? A bacon brawl is what Tony Khan has in store for AEW. He wants
Don't know when. Definitely don't know why, but
the bacon brawl, bro. But what? You know what? To be fair, in all honesty, Tony Khan is really just playing to his target market. I mean, you look in the crowd at some of these AEW shows, and I can absolutely see why a bacon brawl would really accommodate some of these people. Maybe he's gonna throw bacon out. Yes, bacon. As in eggs and bacon. Yes, a bacon brawl. Maybe he's gonna throw bacon out to the crowd for some of these people. That would probably get a lot of people to buy tickets, man. They get free bacon. Could you imagine that? Everybody goes home with a free pack of bacon.
Oh, they would love that shit. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
it'd be better smelling bacon than smelling the fucking fans themselves, man. So maybe whoever attended that show, it's a favor.
I was gonna say we might have to bring some of that to the Allstate Arena next time. So instead of that
Please.
musty ass hallway, we smell bacon instead. I would rather smell bacon than some of these wrestling fans. I can't lie to you, but he is, in all honesty, this could be a smart business move, man. He could honestly just be playing up to his target market.
Exactly. I think so.
Well, speaking of more AEW news, AEW is free to explore new TV and streaming partners due to Warner Brothers Discovery uncertainty. Whoa.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. This whole Warner thing is wild.
Yeah. 100%, bro. Oh, Jesus. So, speaking on the Fightful Select Q&A session of the Backstage Report, Sean Ross Sapp revealed that AEW is no longer locked into an exclusive deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. Yikes. This comes amid ongoing uncertainty around Warner Brothers' future, including rumors of potential restructure or a full sale that could affect programming across TBS, TNT, and True TV. He says, yes, they can. They do not have exclusivity with Warner Brothers Discovery any longer. That they had that as a result of their last deal. Whenever they added Collision, they had exclusivity. They do not now, so they can talk to other partners. AEW now has the freedom to explore new media partners, including giants like Amazon Prime, Netflix, or even YouTube if needed. Sapp said they already they're already planning ahead in case things get shaky with Warner Brothers Discovery. The flexibility AEW has built in means they're prepared for the worst case scenario. If the TV landscape shifts, they're not going down with it. Importantly, Sapp emphasized that AEW is not in the same position as WCW, the AOL Time Warner merger. He says when the AOL Time Warner merger happened, Warner owned WCW and they wanted to offload it. Warner Brothers Discovery does not own AEW, or at least any major percentage of it. The difference could be crucial to AEW's long-term survival. Unlike WCW, AEW is not owned by their network partner, giving Tony Khan full control and the availability to keep the wheels turning no matter where the product ends up. A new twist has entered the Warner Brothers Discovery drama, and this one could have a massive consequence for the wrestling world. Just a week after Paramount was reported to be preparing a cash offer to Warner Brothers Discovery, Puck News revealed Netflix may now be considering its own bid, a move that could directly impact All Elite Wrestling's TV home. Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos was recently spotted in Las Vegas at the Crawford-Alvarez fight alongside Warner Brothers Discovery boss David Zaslav, fueling speculation that the streamer could make a move for the company. If Netflix were to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery, it would inherit a powerhouse of assets, including TNT, TBS, and the streaming service Max. That's where the AEW connection comes in. AEW programming has been a mainstay on TNT and TBS since its launch, and it is now tied to Max. A change in ownership could leave Tony Khan's promotion in limbo, depending on how Netflix views AEW's live wrestling within its larger content model. If a deal comes to fruition, AEW might be facing its biggest test yet, whether Netflix sees it as a part of their vision, or whether Tony Khan will need to start shopping for a new broadcast partner.
Man.
Oh, yikes. This is what we said, bro. This is literally what I said the other week. They should be very scared if Netflix gets a hold of that, or if anybody that has ties to WWE gets a hold of that, because you know WWE is going to be in their ear. WWE has a lot of influence. Look at what WWE does to some of these arenas. They won't let some of these arenas host AEW. If you don't think they're going to try to get in Netflix ear and be like, hey, you shouldn't
You want us?
yeah, if you want our stuff, then it's in your best interest not to broadcast their wrestling. WWE, whether you like it or not, they got a lot of influence and people listen to them. Again, look at what they do with all these arenas. There's like a month rule. If some of these arenas don't even house AEW because of the simple fact that they're, in bed with WWE. So it's petty, but WWE does that have that influence there. But I will say, like Sapp says, it's not a WCW situation where, if somebody buys Warner, they're just, they can just scrap AEW. Because again, like it says here, Warner does not own AEW. They're a partner. They're a close partner of AEW, but they don't own AEW. And that would actually really be sad to see. I think Warner is AEW's home, and it would be sad to see them go. But to be 100% honest with you, bro, I don't think Tony Khan is going to have a hard time finding somewhere to broadcast and or stream his services to. Again, we say this all the time. You can sit here and talk about how bad Dynamite is. We sit here and talk about how bad Dynamite is. But at the end of the day, it is live wrestling. It's twice a week where people are engaged in your product. People are tweeting about your product. There's a diehard fan base attached to your product. People are going to watch. People are going to be there. Again, the numbers may not be crazy, but who's to say those numbers won't be good in the eyes of that network? So, I mean, again, the numbers may not be close to WWE, but they're still decent numbers. Again, in wrestling terms, Sure, it might be a low number, but in terms of numbers in general, the number to the network may not be that bad. You know what I mean? Which again, you can't sit here and expect AEW to get WWE numbers, bro. You just can't.
No.
They weren't even getting WWE numbers when they were good. What would they crack? A million? You know what I mean? WWE is a global
It's just a
powerhouse.
household.
It's
Exactly.
it's it is a again, it's a household media company. It's a household wrestling company. It's it is what it is. So AEW is never going to get to that degree, but that's not to say in the eyes of whatever network they go to is not going to be seen as good to that network. And maybe that is what that network is looking for. But again, you could sit here and talk about how bad the product is all you want. I don't think AEW is going to have a problem at all finding a home.
No, I don't think so at all. I agree with you completely, man. It does suck that it looks like they're gonna have to end up leaving Warner with like all the potential buyers for Warner. They're all in bed with WWE, Netflix, Paramount. Um, And that really does suck for AEW. I think a part of their identity, is that Warner connection. You got TNT title, TBS title, all that type of stuff. You'd basically have to retire those titles
Right.
and do something new, and that'll suck, man, because that's a part of their identity. But I don't think they'll have any problem finding a place. The only problem would be WWE getting in their way and just telling networks not to work with them because I think any network would want to work with them. Like me and you always reiterate, you get new content every week, twice a week, completely new original content that they don't have to like spend 6 months filming, wait half a year, then release a season, do it again and again. It's every week you get original new content. People love that. People love wrestling on their network for that. It's basically fucking easy money for an easy new viewership, weekly reoccurring viewership for any network, man. So I don't think it'll have a problem of finding a home. The only problem will be WWE getting in their way of finding a home. And I hope they do get past that. Gotti mentioned, them going to YouTube would actually be really cool. That might be their best bet at this point is just going straight and put everything on YouTube. That could be a good thing. But there's a million other networks out there that they could go to, and I think it would be good. I think it would be good. But overall, I think they're going to be fine. I think WWE is going to get in their way for certain deals, and that's just fucking annoying. But WWE, and I think in the end they'll be good, and they'll find their new home. And I think at the end of the day they'll be okay.
Yeah, honest to God, man, I didn't even, I really didn't even take that into account. But yeah, you would have to retire like the TNT Championship and the TBS title and stuff. So all that, all that would basically be cooked because obviously you can't go to like, for example, like NBC and just have the TNT Championship or the,
Yeah.
So I actually that is pretty crazy and. Hopefully, it's a learning lesson for Tony Khan. Don't name anything off of a network.
You could just it's like the AEW, you give them the benefit of the doubt. They've been on the same network the whole time so far. It's really
That's
just
true.
probably WWE that's gonna fuck them over on this specific network.
Mhm.
But like WWE, for example, they move that shit every 3 years, so they could never do some shit like that.
Oh yeah, you
3 years, you gotta fucking buy a new platform to fucking watch these fuckers on.
you got the Peacock Championship, and 5 years later they're already off the network. So there you
Got the
go.
Fox, Peacock, fucking ESPN, USA, like dude, everywhere. The play
Seriously.
button championship.
Oh my God. the the Shorts champion. He's the
The
YouTube
shorts.
Shorts champion.
The YouTube gaming champion.
Oh my God. But yeah, man, that is literally all the news on AEW. That is all the news on AEW we have for today. And yeah, moving over to WWE now. But before we get to that, I know it's a little early, but we do have an official word from our sponsor here at NHP. W Energy, man. W is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula that is sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Truly, always got to shout out W, whether workout, weekly wrestling television, pay-per-views, Crown Jewel's coming up most definitely. If you guys want to be up for Crown Jewel, if you're in Central Time, 7 in the morning, to watch the GOAT face the other GOAT for one last time, man. You wanna be focused, you wanna be locked in that match like I am. Try some W, man. It won't let you down. You'll be energized, you'll be locked in, and it'll taste good all at the same time. Always gotta shout out W.
There you go, man. So, if you need your energy for the month of October so you can lock in as hard as Sir K, then go grab yourself some W energy. So, thank you as always to the official sponsor of what we do here at Notorious Heels, W. So, WWE, man. I guess we can start with the piece of news that's about a show that's about 6 days old at this point. And boy, oh boy. Oh, man.
Man, oh man.
Wrestlepalooza.
That fucking show.
Wrestlepalooza. First of all, it's not in the news, but bro, ESPN rated Wrestlepalooza a C.
Oh,
Dude.
goated, dude.
Oh,
C.
that is one of the greatest things I've ever heard, man.
Did you hear WWE's internal reaction to that? That was even funnier.
I did not. Whoa.
They
Oh,
were
no,
annoyed.
I'm here. Oh, I got it. Okay, so, okay, I did save this shit. So Wrestlepalooza was obviously rated a C by ESPN, and according to WrestleVotes, there were a number of people within WWE surprised and puzzled that ESPN would publish an article rating Wrestlepalooza a C. Those within were openly wondering why ESPN would want that online stigma.
Stigma? What online stigma? The show is ass.
You put the show on.
WWE is so funny. They think any criticism is just, oh, that's just online stigma against us. Like, no, motherfucker, the show was ass.
Dude.
If you guys have a good show, people would have rated it good. It wasn't. If you were fucking doing this ESPN shit when you had fucking the Elimination Chamber earlier this year, I'm sure that show would have gotten a fucking A+ or some shit. And then you guys would have been fucking touting that A+ every fucking week on Monday Night Raw. But
Yep.
But you guys get a C and you guys are mad. And that's what's gonna happen. The next time they do a pay-per-view and it's like a higher score or whatever, they're gonna have Michael Cole on Raw talking about that shit. ESPN rated Crown Jewel an A+. You know it. You know they're not gonna shut up about that shit. They are so hilarious when it comes to criticism, dude, because it's just online stigma. That line popped me so much.
So, Andreas Hale. Oh, goodness. You get excited. The ESPN reporter who graded Wrestlepalooza a C has defended his review. He says, I love pro wrestling. I love pro wrestling since I was 3 years old. I watch everything, literally everything. So people that know me weren't surprised by this. I'm going to watch All Out. I'm going to watch NXT. But people that didn't know any better was like, oh, he's on this side. He's on Tony Khan's side. So that surprised me. So many people were surprised that somebody at ESPN would give it an average grade. The show is over. People have already watched it. My match grade doesn't mean anything anymore. They got their views. It means nothing. But I think the bigger issue is if we can't be honest with what a show is, then my journalistic integrity is under fire. I can tell you right now, I like Andreas Hale.
I do. He seems like just an honest fan of just rating shit pretty honestly.
I mean, is he wrong? That's the $1 million question. Yeah, he was being very
generous with it.
They're lucky I didn't write that fucking they're
D-.
very lucky I did not write this ESPN review, cuz I would have gave that shit a D-. That's what I would have fucking gave it. I would
I give it D-, bro. For Cena alone, I would have gave a D-, bro. Let
Yep,
alone the rest of the fucking show they put on. Like, what the
100%.
fuck? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Oh man, that is hilarious.
And to make this even worse, before we get to the plans of the show, a lot of fans have noticed you need to buy another ESPN plan to watch the Wrestlepalooza playback. A lot of fans want to go back and watch Wrestlepalooza on ESPN, and they were stopped with a message that says, almost there. Wrestlepalooza, you need an ESPN plan to watch this content. Browse plan.
And you know what's worse too? They wanted to fucking buy the all the footage, all the shows,
Yep.
their whole, list of shows. Dude, you dead ass probably would have had to pay for all that shit damn near individually. That is insane. Get the fuck, you gotta pay again to watch that shit? I didn't want to pay the first time. You're trying to make me pay more money for Wrestlepalooza? That's bad. And I wonder if that plan means you can watch any of the pay-per-views you buy again, or if you have to do that for every fucking single pay-per-view, because that's insane.
I would. Okay, well, I wish you were just able to watch everything on demand, but if they are going to do something like that, at least have it be you have to pay for all on demand.
Yeah,
Um,
that's crazy, dude.
Yep. According to what a lot of fans have, at least what's been going around on social media, I've been seeing a lot of screenshots and stuff. I did some digging, and I've been seeing a lot of people run into this problem. You cannot watch the playback to Wrestlepalooza unless you
That's
have
payback.
you cannot watch the playback to Wrestlepalooza unless you have another subscription with ESPN, or I'm assuming there's some other plan you have to watch. Get the fuck out of here with that. Are you actually kidding me, bro? I mean, WWE, man, what kind of deal is this? Can this be over already? I mean, this.
Literally,
I mean,
it is
everybody.
garbage.
Can we just please have Peacock back at this point? I mean, what the fuck is that, dude? What is that?
Like, it's such a bad system, dude. Like, you pay $30 a month to watch these fucking pay-per-views, and then you gotta pay more to just watch them back. That makes literally the
joke.
whole. That is a part of the deal when you buy pay-per-view, is you buy the right to watch that pay-per-view
Yep.
at any time. It's like Amazon Prime. When you buy if you buy Sinners, that means you get to watch it anytime. You permanently bought that thing. That is a horrible, horrible, evil fucking pay-per-view model. That's garbage.
Stupid, man. Absolutely stupid. It's ridiculous, bro. That is just, man. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? I mean, this at this point, please give me Peacock back, and for the love of God, give me the WWE Network back, because
Please give me the network back, dude.
this is getting a bit ridiculous with this company at this point, man. And what doesn't help, the product is not good. The product is not that good to buy a whole nother subscription to watch playbacks on. I mean, are we kidding right now? Are we actually kidding right now? That is just downright ridiculous, man. I still couldn't see it, but I could at least see if your product was fucking somewhat bearable right now.
Literally, but
you think I'm gonna pay another subscription to watch one of probably your most disappointing pay-per-view all year? Are you kidding me?
Fucking God, I always gotta throw them shades at fucking Cody. That poor man. He ain't in the ESPN office. But, but man, like what Logan says too, you guys call it a fucking premium live event now. Just call it a pay-per-view, because that's what we gotta do. You have
Yep.
one a month. You have one once a month. Gotta pay $30 once a month. I gotta pay per view.
Yeah. Yep.
And now you really gotta pay per view if you want to pay per view it right back. You motherfuckers.
Well, Gotti, speaking of Cody Rhodes, the original Wrestlepalooza plans. This shit, if this doesn't tell you Triple H's model of not caring, then I don't know what. How did we get here? That's my question. How did we get from the guy who did a phenomenal job at first with caring about the product and just caring? How did we go from having that guy in charge to a guy that cannot help himself but to go with the safe option every single time?
Dude,
Because,
that's the whole joke with Triple H's booking is how safe it is.
dude, that's all it is. That is
Yeah,
literally all it is. He just goes with what's safe. He goes with what's safe every time. And which is even more crazy because you look at the other side of the coin, Tony Khan's actually taking risks.
yeah.
This guy spontaneously put the Women's World Championship on Kurt Statlander. About a month ago, he spontaneously put the tag team championships on Brodito, which Brodito's a random fucking tag team, but at least he
People
didn't
like him.
go. Except people like him, and at least he didn't go with the just over predictable option of just throwing the titles back on FTR. What world are we
Exactly.
living in?
Dude, literally, like, and those aren't like dumb in the moment fucking Triple H decisions that just mean, oh, it's gonna get fucking clicks because this big name came in and did this, i.e. Brock at SummerSlam. It's genuinely just like, yeah, let's have Chris Statlander finally win it. Just do it. And it's interesting, man. I'm not even a Brodito guy. I am far from that, but I can respect their fans love that group, and he just decided just to go with that in the moment, and the fans love that group, man. So he's doing right by his own fan base at the end of the day.
And you can't go wrong with that. But apparently Triple H has a fucking problem with rewarding his fans, whether it's financially or creatively. They have a problem with rewarding their fan base. Bro, I remember when these WWE shop shirts used to be $26 or $27.99. These bitches are
Yep.
$34.99 now. And half the time, Fanatics is so fucking cheap, they misprint your shirt. That shit's like skewed to the left or skewed to the right. Like what are we doing?
Literally the only thing that's good about Fanatics is like the material feel.
Yes.
That's the only good thing.
And
Everything
they're
else
quick.
is complete, and they are quick. Everything else is completely ass now, dude. They don't keep shirts. And I don't know if it's a Fanatics thing. I think it's more of a TKO WWE thing. They put their fucking logo in the middle of every fucking. What happened to that little just at the bottom of the T-shirt had that little WWE authentic like thing? Just keep
Yep.
that. Why the fuck you got the
Yep.
logo big as shit on the sleeve? Like, bro, what?
Like, like you always make the comparison, and it's true. I don't want to feel like I'm wearing merch. I want a shirt
Yeah,
that I can just wear.
it's
I
a
want a shirt
shirt.
that
Exactly.
I want a shirt that doesn't look like a nerd when I'm wearing it. Like like for example, like the Jacob Fatu Tribal Wolf shirt. That's a dope ass shirt. You put a WWE logo on that sleeve, now I'm wearing WWE merch. Now it becomes not a just a cool shirt, a cool casual shirt to wear where people could look at that shirt and say, "Oh, that shirt's dope." Come on,
Exactly.
bro.
Exactly, bro. And dude, what Logan says too, at the merch stands at those show, $40 for a
Yes.
t-shirt.
Yes.
40 fucking dollars for a
So
goddamn t-shirt.
one of my buddies one of my buddies was trying to buy the John Cena spinner belt, which isn't even on the shop. They never even uploaded it. So thanks. But I wasn't gonna buy it anyway. But if anybody did want to, if anybody was collecting them, they just didn't upload the John Cena Chicago belt online. You could probably find that thing on sale for like $400 or $500. They were selling that thing in house for $700. What are we doing? And two, I didn't even check the belts. I didn't get a good look at like what the whole selection was. I don't even think they sell commemorative titles anymore. I think they just, at least in-house, I think when you're at the show, I think they just sell replicas. Which a commemorative, 9 times out of 10, I'll buy a fucking commemorative belt because it looks the exact same. Maybe it's a little, maybe it's a little
Like
lighter.
stiffer.
But, and a little, like, again, maybe the material's not as good. But it's just going to be sitting on display anyway. So it's like, I'll fucking buy a commemorative for $200. But immediately, I turn away when you throw $500, $600, $700. What is that?
Like, dude, it's insane.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But according to bodyslam.net, sources indicate that as of Saturday morning, the day of the pay-per-view, John Cena was scheduled to defeat Brock Lesnar at Wrestlepalooza. Sources also indicate, this is the one that gets me. I mean, the Cena one got me, but this one damn near killed me. Sources also indicate that both Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, both of the competitors in the match, pitched Randy Orton accidentally costing Rhodes the WWE Championship, which would have set up Cody chasing once again and winning it back from Drew before Randy pulled the trigger and turned on Cody.
Bro.
The show would have been better.
It would have been so much. That would have been so cool and shocking at the end of the show. That deadass would have brought that show to a B easily. That moment, even without the Cena stuff. Obviously, if you had both, it's even higher. But that would have made the end of the show so much fucking better. It would have been cool. It would have been a good level of shocking where it's not dumb shocking, where you're just doing shit for shock value. That would have been great. And you play the safest fucking option imaginable. Cody, we always hear, Cody, has great ideas backstage and he's always helping with creative. I really want to know what episode of Raw that him and Seth are the ones that booked, because they always talk about that, and I'm very curious because that motherfucker is better than fucking Triple H at this point.
Dude, this genuinely would have actually saved Wrestlepalooza, bro. This actually would have saved Wrestlepalooza. Both of these ideas. Because both of these ideas were the glaring problems on the show. Cena getting mopped by Brock Lesnar. And then Cody Rhodes just packing up Drew McIntyre with no mention of Randy Orton at all. Why the fuck? Why did we not go... You hyped this show up as a WrestleMania, yet you went with the safest option imaginable. Triple H, what are you doing? Why do you constantly insist on just going with the safe option every single time? You don't think, and again, you can obviously see the little bits of Triple H booking in here where, Cody, this would have set up, it says this would have set up Cody chasing the title once again and then winning it back from Drew before Randy would pull the trigger and turn on Cody. Is Cody Rhodes the only one that could be WWE champion? I mean, are we fucking kidding me right now? You mean to tell me, which again, the idea to have Drew win is cool or whatever, but then they just kill the vibe again at the end with Cody just winning it right back. Does Cody just have to win the belt back from everybody? I mean, seriously? I mean, again, I ask, is he the only one that is capable on this brand of being the WWE champion.
Yeah, apparently, dude. Apparently, that's the only one. They were gonna have him win it a third time, just for the fuck of it. You know, it'd been a better story if he would have, lost it in that original plan at Wrestlepalooza, and then due to circumstances with Randy, with all his past friends turning on him, he doesn't get it back for a long time, and that's the problem he's got to face. Like, dude, you could do great shit with that, and you're not. You're not, dude. You could have it elude him again as a babyface until he eventually turns heel. That would have been great. You could have done anything like that. Nothing. He could have just happily won it back again, like 2 months later, and we were back at square one.
This is why this is why I'm getting a bit tired of Cody Rhodes, because it's nothing to do with necessarily Cody himself. It's Triple H, because he has this idea that, because I think, like, overall the trajectory they're taking with Cody's story I like, because obviously this is all gonna lead, I mean, to him, becoming heel, with, everybody turning on him, and he's a good guy, but he kind of wins in very scummy ways. It's very, I like where they're going with it, but it's just like they act like this guy's the only one out of this talented fucking roster, ridiculously talented. Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, John Cena, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Braun Breaker, LA Knight, all these guys on the roster, and they have this idea that Cody Rhodes is the only fucking one who could be WWE champion. And it's like, I seen this post about Jacob Fatu. It was like, somebody had tweeted out, like, man, I hope he goes to Monday Night Raw, because the World Championship just seems more attainable than the WWE Championship. It shouldn't have to be like that, but when you just have one guy hoard the championship, like, dude, we just got done with this with Roman Reigns. Like, he had a historic reign, my favorite personal WWE Championship reign I've ever seen in my years of watching wrestling. And then we go over to another reign where it just seems like he's the only active guy that they see holding the WWE Championship. It's like, dude, your roster is so talented, and that championship should not be so unattainable for people. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to see new, fresh names be added to that lineage. You know how cool it was when AJ Styles became WWE champion? Because, yes, in a certain sense, it was, like, unattainable, but it was also, in another sense, attainable. It's like,
exactly.
Man, like, because it was the thought in everybody's brain of, there's no way Vince would put the WWE Championship on Mr. TNA. And it was unattainable, but in a sense it was attainable, because AJ Styles was at the top on SmackDown at the time with the top level guys, the, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, and John Cena. He was at the top with that whole crop of guys, and it was attainable. The championship should not be so unattainable to the point where you feel you have to move somebody's shows so they can grab it. Again, we just got done with this with Roman. Can we get the championship on fresh names?
Like, please, like, dude, this is the time to put them on fresh names, to build these people up for the future to be mainstays. I don't get that shit, dude. I don't get it.
I don't know, man. Ridiculously stupid. But even at that, Drew McIntyre winning would have offered something, some type of shock. And again, it would have built to, I hate both of you, by the way. It would have built somewhat to, it would have gave, again, some more building blocks to the Cody and Randy story. My opinion doesn't even need the championship, but if you want to do it for the championship, you could have at least had Cody, again, get screwed out of the title, and then, again, make Randy pissed off when Cody wins it back, because he's fucking tired of Cody the same way we're tired of Cody. But even at that, what happens at WrestleMania then? Does Cody just beat Randy? And then what?
Yeah.
What?
And then what on earth does Cody Rhodes fucking do as champion? Nothing. He does nothing. He's not doing anything as champ right now, let alone when he has no more people lined up.
Stupid as hell, bro. Stupid as hell. Um, so those are your original plans for Wrestlepalooza. And there was a bit of a follow-up to the Cena and Lesnar story. So, according to Uncle Dave, the legend, according to Gotti, or as Gotti says, Uncle Dave speaks. He does.
Dave speaks.
He does speak, yeah. You guys are putting a bunch of you guys are putting a bunch of words in my mouth, bro. I cannot say I agree with anything you guys are talking about at this moment. So Uncle Dave says John Cena wants to make people on his way out, which is reportedly why he made the call to lose to Brock Lesnar despite original plans. He says, John is very unselfish. He knows on the way out he wants to make people. He wants to make big stars. A lot of guys, when they're on their way out, their call is to lose and to put the other guy over. And that was John's call. At the end of the day, it's Paul Levesque's call. Remember that. But if John says, it's not like Paul Levesque's gonna go, oh, no, you have to win. Especially when Brock is the one staying and he's the one leaving. And whatever they have planned for Brock.
Brock Lesnar is staying. Okay, yeah, twice a year. It doesn't matter if he fucking wins or loses.
They have Brock lose all the time anyway. He lost to Cody, I think, twice in the last feud he was in. Before that, he was losing all the time to Roman Reigns, and I can't remember. I think he lost a couple times to Bobby Lashley. He lost to Drew McIntyre. Brock just loses, bro. I mean, it's fine. He's Brock Lesnar. He's bulletproof. And by the way, do I believe that was John's call? Probably. Again, John is very unselfish, and he's probably thinking, well, Brock should win because he has to go and lose to guys like Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Obafemi, all these kind of guys, you know. So, yada, yada, yada. I don't care. It's Paul Levesque's call, and Triple H should have been the fucking one to be like, you know, I see where you're coming from, John, but at the end of the day, Brock is legitimate. Brock Lesnar could lose 368 days in a row. He will still be legitimate. This guy is a UFC champion. It's Brock Lesnar. We know, what did Paul Heyman call him at Wrestlepalooza? The last real ass kicker? We know Brock Lesnar's the last real ass kicker. And we know he's legitimate. What?
Like, dude, Gotti, that's what that's one of the biggest fucking, that pay-per-view specifically, and that build-up. Joe should have won that so hard. He was frying him, dude.
Yes,
man, I can't believe they had that man fucking beat Samoa Joe. Dude. God damn.
Oh, that was heartbreaking. That was actually kind of heartbreaking. Oh, man. Yeah, that was sad. That was really sad. However, this is a situation for me of Bryan Danielson at All in London. Bryan didn't want to win the World Championship. Bryan wanted to lose to Swerve. Tony told him no. How is Tony Khan in the business of telling somebody no, but you're not? Dude. What the fuck? Tell him no. John, look. Brock's going to be legitimate either way. Brock could leave the company for 20 years and come back and be legitimate. Brock could come back as an 80-year-old man and be legitimate. He is Brock Lesnar. He's Brock Lesnar. This guy broke the streak. You gave him the streak. He already squashed John Cena. He is legitimately an ass kicker. In real life, we know Brock Lesnar would kill a man. He is Brock Lesnar. Why do you need to make Brock Lesnar legitimate? He's already done that. Tell him no. John, This is your last time in Indianapolis. We want to see you overcome Brock Lesnar because the last time you guys faced one-on-one, he destroyed you. And as a matter of fact, the whole entire build, he's been destroying you. So we're going to have him mollywop you in 8 minutes? That's the fucking idea. That's the idea we went with. Okay.
Fucking destroyed him for no reason, dude. For nothing of value.
And it gets even worse because of some of the other Brock stories we have for you guys here today. And that, first off, is that Brock Lesnar, according to Fightful, is scheduled to be off TV for quite some time. Which I'm assuming means War Games. We'll see him in November.
Yep.
So you had to...
Lord.
You had to make him for what exactly? He's, again, I cannot say this enough. He is Brock Lesnar. We're not talking about John Cena making, Braun Breaker. We're not talking about John Cena trying to make a star out of Bronson Reed. It's Brock Lesnar. Am I going nuts? Or is he not Brock Lesnar? And he's going to be off TV for a little bit. Okay, so we wanted to make Brock for what? So he can go back home and have aura while he sits on his couch? I mean,
what does him winning do for anything? It doesn't do anything for anything.
So, Brian Alvarez on the Observer also said WWE is reportedly not planning another match between Brock Lesnar and John Cena after Wrestlepalooza. As of this weekend, I am told this is it. There is not going to be another John Cena and Brock Lesnar match. That was their last match, and Brock is not his final opponent.
So why did he lose? Why did he just get destroyed by Brock Lesnar and just move on? What was the point of that?
What was the point? What was the point of that, bro? So,
literally.
Which even at that, this is also coming from the Observer, and we'll get to it. Somebody from WWE is feeding them these stories because this. I do not believe. I do not believe AJ Styles was always a part of the plan, and I also don't fucking believe that this was supposed to be their last match. I don't believe it at all. I do not believe it because with Cena going out like this, the way they sold that after that match, like, oh my God, John Cena got destroyed, and he walked out, all sad and shit. I think these guys were going to run it back at Crown Jewel. I think they were going to run it back at Crown Jewel. And then I think that they seen the reaction and they seen the reaction of OMG, I can't believe Triple H is wasted one of John Cena's last appearances on that. And I think they flipped the script. I genuinely think they flipped the script. I think that the plan was for, John to win, and then they were like, you know what? We can have you get destroyed, but make the superheroes come back at Crown Jewel. That's exactly what our audience would want to fucking see. Because, look at John Cena's tweet. John Cena tweeted out after they confirmed the AJ match, and he said, "Thank you to Triple H for being flexible." He had other plans for Cena at Crown Jewel, and I almost guarantee you it was a Brock Lesnar match. I can almost guarantee it.
It was 1,000% another Brock Lesnar match, but they had to change the plan. There was no way that was not the original plan.
So, yeah, that is, I guess that's it for Cena and Lesnar, which, not complaining, but especially when we get to the AJ story, the Observer is getting fed a bunch of bullshit. I don't blame them, but they're getting fed a bunch of bullshit, 1,000%, because there's
Thousand
absolutely
percent.
no way.
They are. I really believe that, truly.
So, speaking of Brock, Brock Lesnar. According to WrestleVotes, those in the know indicate that Brock Lesnar is tentatively in the books for Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia and WrestleMania 42. Creative will reportedly work under the impression that Lesnar will be a part of these events until notified otherwise. With that being said, Bodyslam.net followed up on this report, and they are reporting that WWE have reportedly been discussing a match between Braun Breaker and Brock
Yep.
Lesnar. One source reportedly noted that it could take place at WrestleMania 42. I guarantee you it's always the same way. Braun is going to eliminate Brock from the Rumble, and then
Yep.
Brock's going to want his match at WrestleMania. That is 100% how that's going to go down.
Oh yeah, his only next 3 appearances, War Games, fucking Royal Rumble, and Mania, tells you exactly what's gonna happen.
Yep.
They're not gonna agree. They're gonna be looking at each other sideways during War Games. Probably even like bump into each other at one point and like fuck the other one up doing whatever. They're both gonna be in the Rumble. Braun's gonna eliminate him, or the reverse. No one's Triple H. I wouldn't even be shocked if Brock just throws fucking Braun over. I wouldn't be shocked. You know it's possible. And then they're going to face each other at WrestleMania. That's exactly what's going to happen.
So, I could actually see that being the more likely outcome, because you know how like Braun is always telling like LA Knight like how like you old men are getting in my way and I'm the future. I
That
guarantee
an old
you,
man's going to get in his way.
yes, 100%, 100%. The old unk, Brock Lesnar is going to get in his way
Yeah.
for sure.
Although it will be so dope at WrestleMania to see Paul Heyman turn on somebody yet again and Brock and help Braun win. That'll be a cool moment, I will say.
That will. Personally, I probably would have taken, Braun versus Roman. I think that would have
I
been the
probably would have.
cooler match. However, I honestly think we're probably going to be getting Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. I have kind of skewed to that mentality. We're either getting that or we are getting Jimmy versus Jey again.
Yeah.
But
And both for the world title.
as oh God, oh brother, please don't say that. I mean, Braun and Brock isn't a bad match. Again, it is one of the few things that I would like to see. There's 3 things I would like to see. I mean, there's 5 things, but the other 2 are just very niche answers. I know those aren't gonna happen. That's just me wishing upon a star. But there's 3 things realistically I could see WWE doing that I think would be really good. I could tell you guys the other 2 because I know they would be bangers because Brock works better with smaller guys. But the things WWE is going to want to do, they're going to want to do Braun versus Brock. They're going to want to do Jacob Fatu versus Brock. And they're going to want to do Obafemi versus Brock. Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
no.
4 things. And they're going to want to do Gunther versus Brock. That
That is true.
is what they're going
That'll
to
be
want
the
to do.
last one.
Now, the other 2 things that I would love to see, because I know these would be classics on the level of AJ and Bryan, Johnny Gargano. Again, I fucking know it's not going to happen.
So perfect.
But that match would just go off the charts. And the last one would just be, I mean, this would absolutely feed the streets, but Ilya Dragunov and Brock Lesnar. Dude.
That's pure drugs as a match, dude. That would be insane.
Yeah. But there's 4 things that I can really see them doing with Brock. Also for these dates, I don't believe all these dates. I think they're gonna do more with Brock. I don't think it's just gonna be these 2
I can
dates.
see more.
Also with SummerSlam being in Minneapolis, obviously Brock is from Minnesota, so Brock will be there. I can guarantee you Brock will be there.
They'll add more dates as they go on. Now I'm sure they only plan on this. That's the funds they're starting off with, and then either starting next year, or late this year, they're going to be adding more dates on.
Yes, for sure. So It looks like Brock will be gone until, I'm assuming, War Games, and then after that, he will be at the Royal Rumble to start building his match with Braun Breaker that we all know is coming. So, yeah. That is that. And speaking of WrestleMania, holy hell. WWE, bro.
These fucking people. Oh, good, man. Good thing we don't get a Mania at this point, because I don't even know if I want one near here. Literally,
Honestly.
40 would have been the perfect slot for what would have been our WrestleMania. And at this point, we can't would we even be able to go to one of these if we finally had our Minneapolis WrestleMania? I don't even know.
My God. Okay. So, according to PW Insider, the ticket prices for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas next year, this is not including Ticketmaster fees. For the 400 level, which is the nosebleeds, for the 2-day combo, you're looking at $845. That would be about $420 something to fucking watch ants wrestle.
That's insane, dude. And you gotta fly to Vegas too. People aren't adding that. You gotta fly all the way to fucking Vegas. You probably
Yep.
gotta deal with so much fucking money shit everywhere where you go everywhere in Las Vegas. And then you gotta pay $800 to sit in the nosebleeds for 2 nights.
Yikes. Good God. So, let's see. So, the 300 section, which again is very high up, the 300 row are going for about $1,300 per ticket, which is about $700 a night to sit and watch ants wrestle.
Mm-hmm. Ants. You have to fucking pay $1,000+ for ants.
Well, moving on to the 200 section here. We have the 200 level are ranging from 1,100 to 1,300. $1,300.
$1,300. God.
100 level is about 1,400. Actually, no. Well, 1,495, so $1,500 a ticket. Section R101, which is a little closer than the 100 section, are going for 2,200 a night. So you're looking at 1,100 per night, which would equal to 2,200. Section B on the floor is 3,800 a night. And Section A on the floor are 8,998, $9,000 to sit on the, and those ain't even ringside, because we already went over the ringside prices. Those were $35K a pop. You're looking at about $70,000 for Mania, for probably what's going to be another lackluster WrestleMania.
Yep, to watch the most fucking basic Cody Rhodes at the top of the mountain at the end of the show, WrestleMania, dude. You gotta pay $9,000 to sit behind a bunch of people, can't see shit. They probably got their signs up, and you just paid $9K to not even see the fucking show. That's insane, dude. That's insane.
That I all I can ask for is that Mania 42 does not even come close to a sellout. How the fuck are
No,
you charging people $400 to sit in the 400 section? The
you gotta climb.
400 level.
You gotta take an elevator for them fucking tickets, dude. What the fuck? And if literally,
Yep.
you're paying fucking $800 for 2 nights to fucking take an elevator up to your tickets. Are you fucking kidding me? That is insane. Unless you gotta take the stairs. And you know, I mean, it might be good for some of the fans, but I don't want to pay $800 to go up fucking 12 flights of stairs. What the fuck?
100 section, which is like, I would say, good seats. You can actually see something, maybe two if you're on a budget. Range anywhere from $1,300 to $1,500, $700 a night. What the fuck, man? What is that? That is, again, WWE clearly are not in the business of rewarding their fan base because, again, after everything we've been through with the company, all these years we sat through shit manias. 32, 33,
Mhm.
34, 35, 36, 37, 38. All these years we sat through horrible WrestleManias. We finally get a glimmer of hope in this company, and yet you move the goalposts for us and make it damn near unaffordable. That is
Literally.
ridiculous, man. And clearly, again, I always say it, but for people who seem to be business gurus, they are not in the business of rewarding their fan base and actually thinking about people that actually have bills and actually have lives to live that can't dish out $1,500, and that's for one ticket. Imagine you have a family of four. Imagine you have a family of
Literally.
four. You want to bring your wife and your two kids to the show.
You can't.
Imagine that. Imagine that. You're
You
paying upwards of $7,000 for WrestleMania. Who is doing that? Who?
who on earth care that much about the show they're going to see is going to do that? Because that's all you get. Why do you think half your crowds suck? Especially your U.S. crowds, man. Like U.S. crowds a few years ago, obviously they were far from fucking like UK crowds or whatever. But many cities weren't bad. You had major cities. If you were in a few cities in Texas, Florida, New York, L.A., San Francisco, whatever. If it was a major city, the crowd is probably pretty solid. But now, you go to anywhere in the US that isn't fucking Chicago, you get a horrible fucking crowd because it's not that it's their horrible crowd, it's that wrestling fans are in the crowd. You got a bunch of rich people that don't care, that just saw it in their fucking Ticketmaster and are like, you know what? Let's make a little thing out of this. Let's go to fucking Raw. Let's go to SmackDown. My kids will love it. And they pay, they don't know what the fuck is going on, and they don't react. Why do you think these fucking crowds in the US suck?
Because it's a bunch of people that are there just to, like you said, it's a bunch of rich people. You're not getting your hardcore fans that actually are
Like,
able to go or fucking up 4 flights up. They're up in the
literally, you
400
can't hear them.
section. Yeah,
You can't hear
literally.
them working out. Like even your casuals can't go to this show, especially casuals, and that's the mentality that doesn't make sense for me. Casuals aren't buying a fucking $800 ticket for a fucking
Yes.
400 level, but casuals, if you're just like, oh, I watch Raw occasionally, I watch the big stuff. Oh, they're in my city. Oh, the ticket price is not bad. All right, I'll go. I'll see what's up. You don't even get that anymore. Why would casuals go? They don't know this. They don't care enough to pay for this. You priced out your casuals and you priced out your fucking hardcore fans. No, why do you think no one's cheering for nothing?
Because they're broke. They're thinking about
Yeah,
being broke.
They're just standing there, just damn. I done paid $800 to sit here and watch a Damian Priest match. What the fuck am I here for, dude? You got me. You got people paying to go to Raw, and you're putting them with a Penta, fucking War Raiders, and New Day match. What the fuck are you supposed to do in that match besides contemplate your life choices that led you to that? What are you supposed to do?
I don't.
What are you supposed to do? Besides make all
Imagine,
your life regrets.
imagine paying these prices, and we get a show similar to what we had last year or this year in Vegas. Imagine
Imagine that.
the anger. Imagine the
What
anger that would be just seething
what
off
were
of
me
me.
and you saying to each other, dude? I'm glad we got that episode of SmackDown
Yep.
and not fucking Wrestlepalooza. Because that SmackDown, obviously it had its normal SmackDown shit in there, but we got to see AJ Lee return, and we got to see fucking the GOAT for one last time, and a genuinely good segment, and a genuinely great fucking match.
Amazing
And,
match.
and the people that paid for fucking Wrestlepalooza, they got 8 minutes of John Cena getting destroyed. Thank you for that. Thank you for paying probably $1,100 in the 100 section, probably even more, to watch that. Good Lord.
Ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Yeah. Nothing like pricing out your audience yet, touting your numbers. But then when your numbers go wrong, you like to blame it on we need to generate hype, or we need shocking television. No. It's nothing. I guess nothing can be their fault, because maybe it's just the fact that you priced people out, on top of the fact that your guy running the ship seems to have just kicked his feet up and decided to just coast through every fucking thing.
Everything. And the only time he makes a rash decision is when it's going to hit some headlines. Oh, let's get Brock back. Let's get fucking... Dude, I'm scared.
Let's get the
I'm scared
Rock
for this.
back to take
I'm
someone's
scared for
soul.
this Mania. I am terrified for Mania in 2027, dude. I am terrified for the booking for that show, dude.
Oh, the Saudi one? Or are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
you already know.
I'm terrified.
Oh,
I'm
me too.
scared for next year. I'm terrified for 2027, dude. Holy hell.
Yep. I don't. Yeah, scared is the right word. Scared is for sure the right word, bro. Because oh man, especially with all that Saudi paid, they're gonna want to try to kiss their ass and give them whatever they want.
Whatever.
Oh,
Dude, we're probably gonna get Taker back in the ring for some ungodly reason.
Yep.
We're gonna get fucking. Did you hear that Shawn Michaels did say no matter the money, he's not doing another match?
Yes, I did hear that. Yeah.
So that's good, man. But dude, we are gonna get the most fuck ass show
Oh
in the
yeah.
fucking world, dude.
Oh
You
yeah.
know it.
That's why we said, bro, Tony Khan's got to capitalize on that, because that's gonna be
It's
he's
gonna
gonna
piss
have to
everybody off.
he's gonna have to fill that Mania void, which he can do it. He's got the roster to do it.
He's got the roster. Fucking go crazy and do it, dude.
Yep.
Especially in 2 years. Who knows what changed in 2 years, and who knows who's where in 2 years. You could pull in 2 years. You could pull a crazy name into your company, and I'd book the shit out of them that weekend.
Yep. Have that be the weekend Will Ospreay wins the AEW championship.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do some big shit like that, dude. Do some massive shit like that.
Yep, there you go. So yeah, man.
100% winning in London.
I think he will come back there. Because especially with like the way the Owens set up, he wouldn't really be able to. Because the winner of the Owen would have to get the title shot. So if you wanted, if Tony was smart, do Double or Nothing 2027 in London, and have that be the place where Will Ospreay wins the
I think no matter what, it's going to be in the U.S. I think that's like the idea of doing.
Oh, you're right. Do it in Chicago, bro. Do it in Chicago, and have Will Ospreay win the AEW championship. No,
if that's a big enough show like that, Double or Nothing. I always wanted a fucking Double or Nothing in Chicago.
Yep.
I'll fucking go. That is the one thing we always fucking asked for, is a fucking Double or Nothing, and we never got it.
If Tony really wanted to up the score, bro, Do it in
Just
Chicago,
go.
do it at Wrigley Field, or do it at Soldier Field.
Do a big whole thing, dude.
Yes. Yes. Do it, bruh. Do it. And have that be the weekend where Will Ospreay wins the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. That would be a big
Literally.
enough moment. That would be a big
That
enough
would be
moment,
fire.
man. So he's got to capitalize on it, man. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what WWE's got going on anymore, man. But yeah, these ticket prices are absolutely absurd. These ticket prices are absolutely absurd. I pray for SummerSlam in Minneapolis. I really do. I pray that show is obtainable. The only thing that gives me a glimmer of hope is it's not in a place like Vegas. It's in Minneapolis. So obviously that's not like a ginormous market. So I'm hoping that it can be a little bit cheaper because yeah,
Yeah,
these
I'm
prices
hoping.
are ridiculous. These prices are they're pricing their audience out. There's no other way to put it.
I know there's no chance in hell we're getting it, man, but dude, just give us Chamber. Just give Chicago Chamber in 2026, and that's all we need. That's all
No.
we need
Yep.
for 2026. I wish, dude. We're not getting it, but
Yeah.
oh, I could dream.
No, for sure, for sure, bro. But if I was Tony, again, especially with the way they're pricing people out and then going over to Saudi Arabia in 2027, do a big ass show. Yeah, and it can literally be anywhere. Again, you could do Wrigley Field. He could do a big show at what's the Jaguars Stadium, a TIAA Bank Field,
Yeah.
I think it's called.
Yeah.
Um, you could do it there. You could literally do it anywhere, man. You could do it anywhere. But if it's a big enough U.S. show and you stack your card enough, a lot of people will go because they missed out on WrestleMania because they wanted to
Mm-hmm.
go over to Saudi fucking Arabia. So do it,
You do a
bro.
WrestleCon there, you get everybody there, and
Yep.
you make it a whole thing.
Yep. Yep. So WWE has recently filed for the trademark Invasion following the TNA, the
Of
TN,
ex-WWE.
yeah, the, the TNA and NXT, um, the TNA and NXT invasion angle they ran on Tuesday, where Vic Joseph was looking scary as hell during the whole
Oh,
thing. Oh my God, everyone's
oh my
taking the
god.
ring. Um, uh, so they did that.
Another death and shit, like it's a tornado.
My guy Matt Cardona, he finally found his way back onto WWE television. It was a beautiful thing to see. I'm very happy for him. This is like 12 years in the making. Um,
After 12 years, he finally made it back to developmental. Good for him.
he finally made it back, man. I'm happy for the guy. I didn't even know he was with TNA. I thought he was just running the indies. But I like Matt Cardona. I'm happy for him. But other
I
than
do.
that, it was literally just a bunch of ex WWE people in the ring. I think Eric Young's bald ass was in there. Matt Cardona, the Iconics, Cedric Alexander. It was literally just a bunch of
The,
ex WWE people.
the only ex-WWE guy I think wasn't there was just Mustafa Ali. I think he was the only one not fucking there. And I
Yep.
think fucking Santana was the only actual TNA guy
Well,
invading.
we did
I
see
hope he gets.
the Elite
Hmm.
Hunter.
Oh, right.
He was
Oh, he
there.
did
He was
goaded.
there.
Goaded. Man, God, we gotta get him out. We need the Vision Hunter on Raw,
Yo,
dude. We gotta do it. That shit would be
Bloodline
fire.
Hunter.
That shit would be... They missed out on that one. They did,
Yo,
unfortunately, but we could get the Vision Hunter. We gotta get it, man, because the Elite Hunter was goaded. Whole gimmick was just facing the Elite for fucking 4 months.
and he fucking lost. He
He lost
just got
every
his ass
time.
beat every time. But
One.
bro, he should have been the one to dethrone Kenny Omega for the championship, bro.
Yeah, it should have been him, dude. Should
The
have been
Elite
him.
Hunter, bro.
The Elite Hunter.
It's a badass gimmick. There's so much aura. So much aura. I can't even describe it. But it looks like they're going to be doing an Invasion pay-per-view. I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm sure NXT is just going to fucking mop every single one of them. So
You
there
know
you
it.
go. There you
You
go.
know it. I hope I hope at the end of it, Santana can get something. I hope he's either TNA champ or fucking NXT champ at the end. He's the only one that I really want to see out of all that.
Please, bro. That man is Damian Priest, but a
But
thousand
good.
times cooler. Yes, imagine Damian Priest, but actually a worthy enough talent to
He,
be on television.
he is everything they think Damian Priest is. He's
Yes.
cool. He's
Yep.
from Puerto Rico, from the streets. He's a dope motherfucker. He can wrestle. He can cut a promo. Dude is everything they think Damian Priest is and more.
Yep.
Fucking put him in that shit. Make him the star out of all this, man. But they're doing the whole
Yeah, and he can
invasion.
actually wrestle.
He can actually wrestle, exactly. So it's cool. They're doing the whole invasion thing, whatever. And they're doing it, which is cool.
Yes. But yeah, I really do hope they end up treating Mike Santana well. I cannot wait to see Mike Santana in WWE. Like I said, he is
Dude, I can't.
he is
He's a
Damian
beast.
Priest but talented. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Exactly.
It really is crazy. It's an amazing thing to see. However, speaking of NXT, we have news on NXT superstar Jasmine Nix, as she has announced that she has made a decision to leave WWE.
Oh,
Uh, she will be, Jesus, she will be she will be leaving when her contract is up. So it's not necessarily released, but more so of a non-renewal. She says, ultimately, it came down to the work I was putting in, and being booked for was not accurate with the amount that I was being offered. As she says, and no, I was not making six figures, but that is the goal. She says, not specifically my injuries, but the wear and tear that the job had on my body was one of the reasons. I was wrestling for both TNA and NXT every Tuesday and on the weekends without a day off. Wow.
NXT and the way they pay people is such a mixed bag because I do think they should be paid a little more than what they pay. Them NXT fucking salaries are kind of a little brazy,
A
but
little
at the
bit.
same time, I'm also with the mentality of like, you're in NXT, you should be paid less because you should want to be paid more and want to be in the grind, and whatnot. It's a mix of both. I see both sides in that conversation, especially with NXT. I think you should have the passion to just run through it and get to the top, and then you're getting paid handsomely at the top. I think that is a mentality you should have.
Yeah.
But I do think that TKO and WWE are a little crazy with how little they pay NXT people. But I also think it's of the mentality. You should be able to be a beast and want that grind and want to work your way up to the main roster to get those
Get that
actually
money.
good contracts. Exactly.
No, I 100% agree because, again, no disrespect, but you pay somebody like Jasmine Nix, who, at least from what I've seen, it's not all that.
No.
You pay somebody like her a ridiculous bag that, like, we used to hear the problems all the time at the Performance Center, that a lot of these people, because they were in the Performance Center and they were in NXT and there was constant cameras rolling, they thought they were big stars and they were in over their head. They thought they were something that
Yeah.
they weren't. You know what I mean? So I do understand why WWE would want to pay them a little less, because, again, you should want to grind it out and earn that top salary that main roster people get paid. But at the end of the day, you can't knock her for wanting to just not good, because apparently the rumor was she was getting paid 75,000 a year, which
75.
I, be- I, be-
Holy.
which I believe they said after taxes was about 60. And apparently she wanted anywhere from 80 to 150,000 a year. And they
Okay.
weren't willing to do it.
I retract my statement, actually. That is a very, I think, adequate amount of money for what you're doing in NXT for the most part. That, first of all, to me, to people like us, that's a great amount of money to be able to. There is like the Florida aspect. You're in a big Florida city, so there is that aspect. But like, man, it's NXT at the end of the day, and you're Jasmine Nix. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's also a thing. I think you do gotta learn that respect and humbleness. I think you should learn in NXT. So it's one of those things, man.
Yeah, so it's like that was at least the rumor I heard was she wanted 80 to 150 and they were only willing to
That's
offer
kind of crazy.
75. Um
No way.
so and she didn't want to take it. So I mean it is what it is. She made the best decision for herself, and if that's what she
Hmm.
feels, then then it is what it is, man. But and I also get to the wear and tear on her body and whatnot, but that's the decision she made. And I do see WWE's point. Again, you're obviously going to pay, if somebody's down in NXT and you're Ilya Dragunov or you're Walter, you're obviously going to be getting paid a little bit more than somebody like a Jasmine Nix, because you bring more
Yeah.
eyeballs to the brand. Again, you can't really ask for six figures, or you can't really, you're Jasmine Nix. You're the weakest
Yeah.
link in your own
Of your own
faction.
group.
So it's like it's it's to the point where, I can see why WWE can I what did you think they were paying her, if I ask?
I always, from everything I hear they talk about in NXT, I thought they were making like 35, 40,000 a year down there.
Mhm.
I think that's what they used to make,
I'm
or
sure.
at one
Yeah,
point they were
for
making
sure.
that, but like, damn, I thought it was that much, but like 65 for Jasmine Nix is
75.
like, okay, 75 at the end of the day, I think it's crazy for Jasmine Nix. I mean,
That's
you
yeah.
got people, by scale, if Jasmine Nix is making that much money, Oba better be making like 125 at that point if
Yeah.
you want to scale that shit to actual valuability in NXT, because like
Mhm.
what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like that's egregious in my opinion.
Yeah, so that's what she felt, and I mean it is what it is, and hopefully she finds something that suits her better than professional wrestling. But Jasmine Nix seems to be out the door, and there you go. So, with that being said, we got some news on Logan Paul. WrestleVotes is reporting that Logan Paul is currently listed internally within the WWE roster as a free agent, meaning creative has the liberty to work him in either Raw or SmackDown stories when required.
I mean, not really shocked by that one. I mean,
Yeah,
he's a part timer. You know what I mean? With those part
he's a
timers like that, you
workhorse,
kind of have to do that. He's a workhorse, man.
according to him.
Um, he was U.S. champion and showed up like 4 times, 3 times on television for like fucking 7 months.
Good God.
God, that reign was fucking awful.
Ugh.
But I mean, it's kind of what you do with these, with these part-time guys is creatively. That's the best thing you could do is just use them where you need them or where they fit in. So I'm not really shocked by that at all, to be honest.
Yeah, and I am glad they went back, because when Raw moved over to Netflix, Logan Paul was talking like, "Oh, I moved brands. And I'm on I'm on Raw now." You know what I mean? But then when they did the Cena stuff, they put him on SmackDown. So hearing this
It
is
just
the
makes
only
sense.
logical thing to do. Again, I don't know why you announced that in the beginning of the year anyway, that Logan signed with Raw now, because he should never be exclusive to a brand. He's fucking Logan Paul.
Literally.
Why is he, again? He's he's kind of like John Cena in that regard. Like John Cena, he's a free agent, or like Brock Lesnar, he floats around. He goes where you need him, because he's not a full-time guy. So why tie him to a brand? To me, that just makes absolutely no fucking sense. But it is nice to hear that WWE, I guess, has retracted Logan Paul signing with Raw, which again, we've seen he hasn't been exclusive to Raw because he's been on SmackDown feuding with Cena the last time we've seen him. But it is nice to hear that they kind of, think of him like that, in contrast to the beginning of the year, where the guy was he was on Raw, because they were on Netflix now. So put him where you need him, have him come back for his quarterly match, and then we don't see him again. So I don't really know what else you can do with him to begin with, but they always seem to find
No.
something for him to do that nobody wants to see him in, but they put him in anyway. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
He'll be the last four in the Rumble. He'll be doing this. He'll
Yep.
be doing that. You know how they book him.
Yes, indeed I do, bro. So, with that, speaking of the guy that should have became WWE champion 6 days ago, Drew McIntyre. According to Deadline, McIntyre has been cast in Highlander, a film from Amazon MGM Studios United Artists. Drew McIntyre will star opposite Henry Cavill as his character MacLeod's brother, Angus MacLeod. He's brothers with Superman.
He really is, man. Angus and shit. And
He's
that's
Angus.
good, dude.
He's
He
good.
really is, man. But big role, good for McIntyre. He's taken the Hollywood journey too. I think. I'm sorry. He was in that Batista movie. I think he was in like another thing. So it's good for him, dude. I'm happy for McIntyre.
100%,
Better
man.
than fucking losing on Raw or losing on pay-per-view to Cody Rhodes for no reason.
Yeah. You know, Cody went and filmed the movie when he was WWE champion, but, you know, McIntyre can't.
No, he can't at all. No,
Yeah.
no, exactly.
Yeah, you know how that goes. But no, I'm happy for Drew. Obviously, he's in something with Henry Cavill in it, so that's a big role, and he plays his brother, so that's a big role. I'm excited for Drew, and I'm overall excited to see. If you can say one thing about WWE, man, they've opened up a lot of opportunities for their talent. As to where, if Vince was still in charge, McIntyre would not be in this role. He would probably still be feuding with Madcap Moss right now if Vince McMahon was still in charge. But and they would probably be feuding for like the WWE Championship or something, because for some reason
US title at least.
he loved Madcap Moss. Because he was what the fuck would they always call? Oh, he was an explosive athlete.
An explosive athlete. What the fuck? What would the fuck? Goddamn Vince McMahon. People want that man back too. What the fuck? An explosive athlete. What is that? What does that mean? He is not. Like you could say like Brock or something is an explosive athlete. Yeah, fucking Madcap Moss, dude, the most basic dude in the world.
Probably about as bland that can ever meet the eye. So, we got a couple stories on Cena. And we're going to end you guys with the AJ Styles stuff. But John Cena. And no, I'm not talking about the greatest of all time, the Never Seen 17, the last real champion, John Cena. I'm actually talking about John Cena Sr., John Cena's dad. Because John Cena's dad did an interview with Unscripted. Whoa.
Not us, unfortunately.
Yeah, John. Hey, sir, John Cena Sr., our door is open. If you want to come talk to us, we'd love to have you. However, John Cena Sr. John Cena Sr. did an interview recently with Unscripted where he talked about his son's heel turn, and he believes that the heel turn was destroyed by The Rock's exit. He says, I think what he's done is right. It's good. It's positive. Turning John Cena heel was great. It was a great idea. The shock factor was great. The storyline after the turn was destroyed. That was a very poor move, in my opinion, because it was a gamble for everyone involved. To see how it started, then to see how the characters who are involved no longer are present, the heel turn almost became non-essential. That was something I wasn't really too hyped up on. LOL.
God damn. His own fucking father having to go on here and talk about how bad they treated him. The GOAT, John Cena. You're fucking LeBron and Michael Jordan at the same time. Good lord.
This man is literally MJ mixed with Bron mixed with Kobe. That is John
Literally.
Cena.
Or is a singular three-headed goat. How the fuck are you treating him like this?
Which is funny to me because if his dad is talking like this, I can only imagine what John thinks. Because
Oh, he be talking shit to his wife. I know he.
100% he is. 1000% he is. And it is very hilarious to see that. It is very hilarious to hear his dad talk about the heel turn like this. And it's very, you know, in his words, the storyline after the turn was destroyed. It was a poor move, in my opinion. What can you say, bro? John Cena Sr. feels this way about about his own son's heel turn, man. It was a poor move. And he even talks about in the beginning, you know, it was done right and what was good and what John did was positive, which is the exact same thing I've been saying all year. Everything that everything John put into this made it a positive. Everything that was fucked up was on WWE. It was.
Everything good was because of Cena, and all the bad was because of booking and Triple H and WWE and TKO.
And the TKO mentality of we need to get Rock on Elimination Chamber to boost sales, even though we have no plan and we prepare to do nothing with our fan base moving forward. Or nothing to reward our fan base moving forward. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. However, according to some of John Cena's last appearances, according to Body Slam, Dominic Mysterio is being discussed as one of John's final opponents, with a match against AJ Styles confirmed for Crown Jewel. That leaves November 10th and the November 17th editions of Monday Night Raw, Survivor Series, and Saturday night's main event for the potential match. How you feeling about a match with Dominic, and is this one of the people that you would like to see John face?
I'm down, actually. I'm down. I'd much rather take it than one of the old, bigger people he's been facing, like Brock. I'd be down for Dominic. I know John Cena obviously very much likes Dominic. He talked about him on that one time of like people he would have liked to seen the face, and I would definitely be down for that. I would be down for that. I think that it could be really cool, especially if you have the IC title involved. I know he's not getting it in before he retires. He's just not. That's the fact. But that would be really sick.
Well, I have an idea. The light bulb just went off. You're gonna like it. I know you're gonna like it.
Okay.
I don't know if you're gonna like it as much as other things, but I know you're gonna like it.
That's it.
John Cena faces Dominic on November 10th for the IC Championship, right?
Okay.
He wins the IC Championship. Okay. He carries it all the way up until his last match. Now, none of this is going to happen, but let me cook. He carries it all the way up until his last match. Who is he facing on his last match?
The GOAT, Gunther.
Gunther wins the Intercontinental Championship, okay? Are you with me?
Okay.
Gunther carries the IC Championship all the way to WrestleMania 42. And who is the perfect person? Who is Gunther's in-ring soulmate, if you will, that is coming back soon? Ilya Dragunov. We do Dragunov versus Gunther, and we have Dragunov beat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship at Mania 42.
I'll be down for that. That's fire. That's definitely fire.
It's not going to happen. But
no, not at all, because it's good, but
that's tough. That I would actually love to see that, bro. I would actually love to see that. That's just me personally, though, because there is a lot of problems if you want to bring Dragunov back with like Rusev being IC champion, because it would be hard for him to pack Rusev up, and I don't want Dragunov to be immediately packed up. So this could be an option. This could be an option. I think that would be pretty tough. And then that's obviously a guaranteed, you can shoot a full court shot with your eyes closed, spinning, and that motherfucker will go in to be a banger for WrestleMania 42. That is an automatic lock for match of the night. Dragunov versus Gunther for the IC title at Mania. Just saying, bro.
Literally.
Just
That would be
saying.
match of the night easily.
Could be a great option to do for WrestleMania. But no, I would love to see Dom versus John. There's a lot of names that I would like to see. Obviously Jacob Fatu and LA Knight are some of my other ones at the top of the list for a match against John Cena. Maybe if I'm throwing a lot of names at the wall, obviously I know a lot of these aren't going to happen, but you can obviously do your Rey Mysterio match, Sheamus, LA Knight, Jacob Fatu, those kind of guys, man. I would also, before he leaves, I would love for him to just interact with Bo Dallas. I think that would be a great tribute to Bray Wyatt. I also think too, if Bray, or if he wanted to give a little tribute to Bray in one of these upcoming matches, I would like to see Cena bust out like a Sister Abigail. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. That would be really sick. He should.
So that is that. And another name that, man, these WWE fans, they're ready for. They think it's going to happen. So Adam Copeland was written off AEW television on Wednesday. All right. Why are you laughing? This is serious to these people. So
it's serious.
So he was written off television last night. And the rumor is that he was written off for good to go wrestle John Cena on one of Cena's final retirement matches in WWE. Oh my God. They're saying, Sir K, that Copeland got out of his AEW contract to get one last shot at Cena.
Don't know how he got out of a contract, but
he got out of it, bro.
He got out of it, man. It's like handcuffs. He was just able to slip his hands out.
100%.
That's how a contract works, man.
Yeah.
He just got out of it.
Exactly.
But dog, that shit was killing me. So he's gonna go face Cena. He's gonna leave AEW in the middle of the storyline with his boy.
They just got back together.
They just got back together, and he just leaves them for WWE to go face Cena. That's exactly what's happening right here. What? Listen, it would have been cool if he could have went and faced Cena one last time. I'm sure under the right pretense, TK would have been down. I don't know about TKO and Nick Khan. I mean, they don't really like that type of stuff happening.
Right.
But that's not what's going on here, people. Please, that man's got to go film Percy Jackson season 2 or 3 or whatever the fuck, and he'll be back in AEW. He is not going to face John Cena, people.
Well, Mike Johnson, a PW Insider, is claiming, you can't tell WWE fans this, but that he is claiming that Copeland was written off of TV, or the rumor of Copeland being written off TV to go wrestle John Cena is not even remotely close to the truth. It was said Copeland's exit from storyline is part due to his acting career, likely the latest season of Percy Jackson and the Olympians being filming having to be taken place. I'm sorry, guys. It's not going to happen. It would have been epic. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Hate to break it to y'all.
Yep, it's not happening, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know we all wanted it, but it's not gonna happen, bro. Maybe Cena can pull out a Edge spear and Michael Cole can call it correctly next time. So
literally, he said he did the fucking Edge spear as basically like all the people he can't face. So why would he do the Edge spear as a tribute to the people he can't face and then face him? What?
Well, that's even better, man, because he said the same thing about AJ Styles. Because the AJ Styles match was not supposed to happen. He said, I want to shout out some people that I may not get to face, or that I'm not going to get the chance to face during my retirement run. I want to shout out AJ. But according to the Observer, John Cena versus AJ Styles at Crown Jewel was always the plan.
Always the plan now. Their plan was to have Cena tribute people he couldn't face in AJ Styles and then do the match anyway. Like, no, this was not the plan. This is damage control, is what this is.
They say this match was always scheduled for Australia. Always. So the whole deal about Cena and AJ, with Cena doing the tribute to him, was because he wasn't going to get to wrestle him. That was actually to build the match.
Oh.
So that was never the case. They were always supposed to have their match. The idea was that they'd tell people, you're not going to get this match, to create a demand for the match. They basically told the story that Cena is paying tribute to him because he's got limited dates and AJ ain't getting it. Then AJ did that dark speech on Raw during the American commercials about I'm mad at how I'm being booked and whatever, and it was all to build to the match. Are you kidding me? Are you talking about the same way that R-Truth was always a part of the plan?
He was always a part of the plan to leave and come back as Ron Killian for 2 weeks and then drop that to be goofy R-Truth for the rest of his career. Like no. You guys always try to do this. You always try to do this damage control. This was always the plan. It wasn't The Rock not showing up at WrestleMania was not always the plan. R-Truth being fucking released as kayfabe was not the plan. You just fucking let the guy go. This wasn't the plan. You're doing damage control again, and it's not believable.
Shut the fuck up, man. I mean, get the fuck out of here with this, dude. What? Okay. So, with that logic, everybody that he's doing moves to, or everybody that he's pulling out all these moves on, is he building an Edge match? Is he building a Kevin Owens match? Was he building another Randy Orton match with the RKO? Is he what is he building those matches too? No. He was building an AJ, or he was supposed to be building to another Brock match, and he wanted to pull that out because he wanted to say thank you to one of his greatest rivals, AJ Styles. That's what that was. And I am so sick of WWE. WWE fed them the story 100%. And I am so sick of WWE refusing to admit that they fucked up so hard. Yeah. Again, first with the R-Truth stuff. And they want to pull it again. It's always a part of the plan. You enjoying the show? It's all part of the show.
No. I didn't fucking enjoy the show. That's the fucking problem.
I was going to say, first of all, I'm not enjoying the show. And second of all, this was not a part of the plan, bro. Stop trying to play your fans like we're idiots, dude. This was never a part of the plan. Cena and Styles was never a part of the plan. He literally thanked Triple H for being flexible. And then made a post on Instagram that what people took as was, I'm the captain now. Like, he's taking over his farewell tour. Yet again, WWE making complete asses out of themselves. And I'm sorry, they 100,000,000% fed the Observer that story to make it look like they're a well-oiled, functioning machine. And Triple H has no fucking idea what's going on half the time. And he has no idea what the fuck he even wants to do half the time.
It's so frustrating, dude. Just admit, say you're wrong, and fix the problem. That's all it is. That's all you need to do. You'll get more respect out of doing that than lying and trying to act like this is the fucking master plan the whole time.
Good old Triple H, bruh. Good old WWE trying to cover their bullshit up. And yep, AJ Styles was the whole idea of that promo where he never mentioned John Cena once was to build to a Cena match. That promo had nothing to do with John Cena.
Nothing to do with it. It was literally, I have no one watching my back, and I have a bunch of factions I have to deal with. That was the promo. And he got Dragon Lee as his fucking Brodito buddy, fucking helping him out. They had nothing to do with John Cena.
Ridiculous, bro. Absolutely ridiculous, man. But yeah, I don't care how much they want to sit there and tout that this match was always the plan. No, it was not. Triple H got backed into a corner because he was booking John Cena's farewell tour like an idiot. He got called out by John Cena and AJ Styles on Twitter. You even had Charlotte in the comments of Cena's post tweeting fire emojis. He got backed into a corner and had to be flexible, even fucking though whatever his plans were dog shit anyway. And we ended up getting the match that we all got because John Cena himself had to bully this man into giving him a match because he does not know how to book a farewell tour that he had 6 months to plan for.
Literally 6 months to plan for. Didn't fucking do any planning.
What the fuck, dude? What a joke. What an absolute joke. So, what makes this even more ridiculous? AJ Styles. One of the greatest in-ring performers that I think we've all had the pleasure of watching.
Mm-hmm.
He did an interview with Tokyo Sports. And this is our final story for today, man. AJ says he will retire in 2026.
Damn.
But he will likely be working in WWE afterwards. He says, I'll probably be at WrestleMania next April in Vegas, but that's not locked in. The details aren't decided, and there's no doubt I will retire sometime next year. I don't want the fans to see me as anyone other than AJ Styles. That's the biggest reason. Before my body stops working, I've decided to retire. I haven't figured it out yet, what I will do after wrestling, but I will most likely be working in WWE. Maybe I'll develop young talent into main roster stars. I don't know for sure yet. Which is so crazy. And it's the same thing with John Cena. I respect the fuck out of them for it because we see a lot of guys overstay their welcome. But these guys can still, like, really go. Like, go.
Go, dude. They really can, man. I do respect the fuck out of it. It's sad. I think also a mix of it is AJ just wanted to spend some time with his family.
Yes.
You know, and not on the road for once. And I think that's definitely a big aspect of it. But I respect it. You know, you want to go, but before you're overdue to fucking leave. And I respect the hell out of that. It's sad. And he's still so great, man. But it's a good way to have it. I wish more people did it like this. And 2026, man. We're losing another GOAT into retirement, man, and it's AJ fucking Styles. That sucks, dude. That sucks so much.
That is some down bad type of stuff, bro. We go from 2025 losing John to 2026 losing Styles. Bro, that sucks. That fucking sucks, man. That really sucks. I'm obviously going to miss AJ. AJ is... Again, he is up there with the Bryan Danielsons and the Shawn Michaels and the Johnny Garganos of the greatest in-ring talents that I've ever had the absolute pleasure of watching in my whole entire time of watching wrestling. I've been a big AJ fan ever since he came to WWE, man, and it has been awesome to watch AJ Styles, and I'm happy he's getting his last match with John, but if we want to talk about lasts, and if we want to talk about finals, Triple H, if you care, and now you're getting a second chance to book basically another farewell tour. Now AJ's a little bit more open in terms of dates than Cena. You're getting a second chance to book a farewell tour. I swear to God, within this last, and we might already be under a year, Because
I think so.
I don't even think I think maybe Mania, if we're lucky, he makes it into the summer. But he even talked about how this year's SummerSlam was probably his last SummerSlam, and you had him out there
Yeah,
dressed up as Eddie Guerrero. That was AJ's
for
last
whatever reason.
SummerSlam. Um,
Literally, I don't get it.
so Styles, again, if we want to talk about finals and if we want to talk about retirement, Triple H, if you had a brain, you need to. And need is in all caps. You need to put another world championship on AJ before this is done. You need to he needs to hold another world championship before he's done. I don't care if it's the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't care if it's the WWE Championship. You need to put another world championship on him, and you actually need to book AJ Styles accordingly, because you have done the exact opposite since you've gotten here. And since you've gotten in charge, you have done the exact opposite. You have booked AJ Styles like a goddamn idiot ever since you've gotten here. I can't even remember what he did at WrestleMania 39. But at WrestleMania 40, I also can't remember what the fuck AJ Styles did. And at WrestleMania
No.
41, he was facing Logan Paul.
Yep. Logan Paul. Good Lord, dude. Good Lord.
That was your idea for the
Hopefully,
AJ match.
literally his idea. So I hope he actually gets a good farewell run in 2026. But with Triple H, I'm very scared for his last run.
Oh, Mania 40, he faced LA Knight. As for 39, I don't think he was at 39.
No, I don't think. I think that was one of the problems we mentioned when he was facing Logan Paul. Is you just didn't book him for a Mania, and now you were doing Logan Paul for fucking 40 whatever. It's horrible.
You know, we're getting another world title reign out of Seth fucking Rollins, and we're getting another world title reign out of Cody Rhodes. If you don't have the audacity to put another world championship on AJ Styles, then we have a problem. Because again, give this guy another world championship reign before he leaves. Do the right thing. This is another shot for you to, from this point on, book a farewell tour accordingly. Get this man away from the El Grande Los Americanos. It's over.
Literally, please.
We need to get this guy in the upper echelon of guys, okay? Because it's starting to get ridiculous. But I can only hope, I know you can only hope they do the right thing by AJ Styles, but that's my request. Put a fucking world championship on him, you idiot.
Literally, please put that on him.
So, yeah, that is the news, man, and that is everything we got here today for the news. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today for another edition of NHP. This has been episode 285, and thank you guys as always for joining us. Thank you to everybody who joined us in chat. OG, Logan, Gotti, Hunter. I don't think I said what's up. What's up, bro? I don't know if you're still here, but what up, bro? How you doing, man? And of course, my guy Duran and everybody a part of the Replay Mafia. My guys JT and JB. Thank you guys as always for joining us here today for another edition of the news. As always, it's been a pleasure for my Johnny.
Nice, okay.
And that is gonna do it for this edition of NHP. As always, thank you guys. We appreciate you guys joining us. We love you guys, man. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all on Tuesday, 12 p.m. Central with NHP Unscripted.
Peace.